So I was listening to something the other day about how much Nietzsche hated Socrates, the Socratic irony, Socratic method, all that. He thought that the prime of civilization was, right before Socrates' time and his corruption of the youth. He talked about how logic is dangerous in its ways, and how intuition is important, and there is a time to follow your heart. It makes me think about what I've been thinking about lately, how easy it is to argue with yourself and try to compromise and debate with yourself, and how good at it you can be. How you swear one thing is best for you today, and tomorrow you can just flip-flop and convince yourself the complete opposite. Everybody knows somebody that they consider, to be simple, less intelligent than they are, but is more successful because they just do things. Maybe they're just not smart enough to question themselves, this or that, or whatever it is you tell yourself. I have done it, believe me. Because it's true. There's a truth to that. Sometimes you feel like you overthink things, and you'd be better off if you were more simple. Maybe there's some truth to that. I don't know if you know what mental masturbation is. That's a phrase I've heard before. That's something else I've been guilty of quite a bit, of talking about things, of having motivational conversations with friends and family, talking about, I'm going to start doing this, I'm going to do that, whatever the fuck. And you get a dopamine rush from that. You get a successful feeling from words. And that's a bad thing, because that successful feeling, that good feeling you get, just like a good feeling from drugs or alcohol, or zoning out, playing a game or watching a movie or something, it makes you feel good without accomplishing anything. It takes you away from the real world, from the pain, from the hunger that pushes you towards your goals, and is necessary. That anxiety, that depression, it's something that you need to feed off of, not suppress. I feel like it's easier for me to make a video if I multitask, plus I got shit to do. So there's that. A lot of this shit is redundant. A lot of the things I have to say, it's going to be the same things over and over. But everything worth being said has already been said. Not just by me, but by thousands of other people. All the advice you need to hear, you've probably already heard. You just don't have a story or a wound behind it that gives it meaning for you. That's part of what wisdom is, I think. Having a story or an understanding behind just knowledge. It sucks that we have to learn the hard way. That seems to be how it is. Tell you what, working with a different kind of people, like the people I work with, because Oklahoma, I'm used to working around, good old boys, as they would call them, which in reality is a bunch of ignorant motherfuckers. It is what it is. And regardless of that, it's a simpler mindset of people and a simpler way of thinking to what I've grown up with. And moving into an environment with what is objectively I am surrounded by healthier people. I am subjected to different points of view constantly. And being people that I respect, I listen, and I really consider what they have to say. And so it's got me constantly thinking about things in a different way, or things I haven't thought of before. Sometimes I'll have a question, and it'll take me months to answer it. You know, I'll toil with it back and forth in my head. The latest one is trauma. Do we benefit from trauma? Or is it only a bad thing? I don't fucking know. Still working on it. That's one where I think there isn't a benefit, but I feel that there is. It's my favorite sound right there. So I finally made up my mind with the TRT. My total test was, I think, $5.95, which isn't crazy low at all. But my free test was 10.4, and the range is 9.7 to 27.5. So I was at the very bottom of that, which is shitty. So I'm gonna start 200 mgs a week of good old testosterone and see how that goes. I'm also taking something I can't pronounce if I'm being honest. It's like an HCG replacement thing. Help me to continue producing my own testosterone and prevent hypogonadism. I don't want my coconut turning into a raisin, and it also will help prevent infertility. That's right. So that should be here next week. We'll see what happens. Alright, I'm gonna cook this steak, cook some taters, maybe some broccoli. Sit down and eat. See you Tuesday.